Hello, everybody.
Hi. Ow. The only thing I'm on right now is T H C doggy peasing. Why do you people watch me? Hyper! Is this what people see when they sleep with me, missionary style? Oh no, the coffee kicked in. My life is beautiful. Whoa! Ow!
Hello, and welcome back to Two Snarky Gorls. I'm not a sheikh.
And I am not gay, sad face.
Sad face.
Welcome to this recording where we're going to talk about Chantal and her. Is there a word that encompasses every ism and phobia?
Bigotry.
Bigotry. There you go. Okay.
He's a bigot, yeah. So I asked yesterday if people wanted to hear from us, and honestly, I would have made this video anyway. It's kind of just nice that people do want to hear what two Muslimas have to say about Chantal using our religion as a shield for her bigotry in a world and society where people completely misunderstand Islam and just you take every opportunity possible to be incredibly Islamophobic. So I hope you will stay for the end of this video. So I wanted to preface this video by saying that these are our views and our interpretations of religious texts, and especially me as someone who was born and raised into the religion, lived in a Muslim country, and is queer with many queer friends and family. My knowledge of Islam comes from studying throughout my childhood. I went to Sunday school, as well as living in Muslim spaces throughout my entire life, and just the teachings that have been passed down to me by my Muslim parents. We don't speak on behalf of the Ummah, or in English, the Muslim world, and we're not trying to change anyone's mind. We're just both tired of this abhorrent behavior that we continue to see from Chantal, because not only is she wrong, but she's loud about it.
Loud and proud about her bigotry. And so, yeah, as y'all know, or if you're new to the channel, we really like to focus on the nuances of being brown girls, being from the Middle East and Latinas. And we there's a lot to say when it comes to Chantal, and we've made a few videos that kind of outline how Islamophobic she is while wearing a hijab herself. So
yeah, and I think the other thing I want to say before we get into this is just how there really aren't a lot of creators in any spaces that really get to talk to an audience about the way that people like Chantal put a bad name on certain identities, and in this case being Islam and Muslims, because we continue to see Chantal just use the hijab as a prop and then shout these incredibly misleading phrases that she takes from someone or someone else and says, oh, this is my religion, this is my religion. And I think it's important because yes, we don't take these people seriously, but we are Muslims who operate in a society that does take this stuff seriously. I get told all the time, did somebody sell you for a camel? Did your husband pay your dad in camels? These are real things that people have told me. So that's why I want to talk about this. And yeah, we're joking and clowning about both the girls, but these things are important to me and to Snarky number one.
Yep. So we are going to start by playing a short clip. We're going to be playing clips from Barbecue Chillin's, one of their compilations from this past week. We actually did a react to this, but we missed the first part, the important part. because we were busy, we were like hyper fixated on her getting kicked out of Tim Hortons, so we missed the homophobia. We focused on the hilarity versus the homophobia. So this is her sort of being called out for using a derogatory term. We weren't able to catch the first time she actually used it. So this is just her, I guess, her chat trying to educate her about it. So it's a really short clip.
And say a different slur. Which one? Doesn't that just mean gay? Sorry, I thought it meant just like gay, like as a joke. That I apologize for. I didn't realize. I'm not homophobic at all. Like I'm not, but that word, if it's bad like that. Are you sure?
So I'll start by saying I'm not going to pretend that there isn't rampant homophobia in the Muslim world, but I'm also not going to sit here and pretend that it's also not prevalent in developed nations like the US and European countries. Islam, just like any other organized religion or idea, is subject to interpretation and varies from person to person. People in the West are conditioned to hate Islam and Muslims because of a very successful propaganda campaign. And I work every day to debunk misconceptions that are unfairly tacked onto all of us for no reason beyond a fundamental misunderstanding and unwillingness to unlearn conditioned bias. So I'm going to be a little bit of a nerd here. So the Danish philosopher and theologian Soren Kierkegaard explores ideas of faith and doubt, which has always really captivated me, and I bring it up all the time. So in layman's terms, Kierkegaard viewed faith as having a layer of doubt. And this doubt is what gives people the courage to leap into objective uncertainty and absurdity. Simply put, to have faith is to trust that you don't understand everything, but you choose to follow anyway. So in the same sense that you have faith in your religion, you can also have faith in your parents or your doctors. So yes, in Islam, homosexuality is considered a sin. There are multiple verses in multiple chapters of the Quran, of which I will not repeat because this audience does not speak Arabic, and I'm not going to come here and act more pretentious. But there are plentiful and readily available for you to read if you choose to do so. However, there are even more verses that explicitly state Allah's infinite mercy, compassion, and forgiveness. As an example, in Surah Az-Zumar, verse 53, it states, "Despair not of the mercy of Allah, who forgives all sins," saying that he is all forgiving. So if we were to look at Islam's views of homosexuality, you could take, let's say, 3 paths. So one is a path where we only believe that Allah punishes people who partake in same-sex acts, such as homosexuality, whatever. The other path is one where we only believe that Allah loves all his creations and all of their flaws, of which homosexuality would be considered one. The last path is where we believe that both are true. Remember, this is solely in the context of Islam, but this rings true for Christianity-based faith as well. And I would say all Abrahamic religions, but I'm not very well versed in Judaism. So, so Chantal weaponizes the first path, where you believe that Allah punishes people for being gay, rather than accepting them regardless of their adherence to Islam, because she's a homophobe, a transphobe, and a bigot. She'll say, Allah loves all his creatures, and then in the same breath uses the F slur, while being a cisgendered, heterosexual white woman living in Canada. I'm not a scholar, and I'm not a sheikh, but I can tell you with certainty that no one knows what happens after death. If you're a true believer of Islam, and you consider yourself a true Muslim, or even like I would say a true Christian or whatever, then you know that the only person who can judge you is God or Allah. You are in no position to deem anyone beyond saving, and you have no idea whether a sin really is a sin. As Kierkegaard says, true faith comes from uncertainty. If you are certain that someone will be punished, then you are not actually a person of faith. Or as Jay-Z says, is pious pious because God loves pious? If you are truly a person who follows your religion, then you mind your business. You don't make grand proclamations, and you certainly don't slur people. So going back to that video we just watched, Chantal admits to using the word luti, which is a derogatory slur for gay men in Arabic. And that comes from the name Lut or Lot in English and refers to the people of Lut. So in the Quran, there is a town called Sodom, which I believe is similar to biblical story, that is filled with people who partake in multiple types of sins, not just like homosexuality or whatever you want to say. And in the end, they are punished after they did not listen to the prophet Lut's warnings. So when Chantal says, "Oh, did I say that? I'm so sorry," she's not sorry because she doesn't know Arabic. This is a woman who cannot read, cannot write in Arabic, and yet is able to somehow know a very pointed slur that is directed and intentionally slurring gay men in Arab countries. So I think that's really funny because she can't pray, she can't complete a prayer, but she can slur you in Arabic. And I think that's very telling of who she is.
Great points. Yep. Yeah, she just says shit. Just like the other day, remember she was like, we picked up a hitchhiker and he was an extremist. Maybe, I think. No, like
Insane.
just says shit without knowing anything.
Insane, dude. I can't believe she said that. I still can't.
Yeah. So we're gonna do a quick react to, I don't know why I said quick, but
It's
to
never
the
quick.
to the full, it's like 14 minutes of this barbecue chilling clip from that
Moment.
rant. Yeah, the rage moment that she went on. So this is not the original clip. I clipped parts of it because there's like a fire alarm that goes off in the middle of it and it
Oh, great.
disturbed me, so I edited that out. But thank you, barbecue chillin'.
It was God warning her to stop being a homophobe.
Yes. Should have started raining on her so she would melt.
She'd get a shower.
Okay, my stance on the R.
Oops. Get a lovely picture of Chantal. Sorry, y'all.
Okay, my stance on the R word is.
Yes, I did purposely start it with her coffee.
Okay, my stance on the R word is I try not to use it. I do consciously try. When I get really, really angry, sometimes it slips out. So I apologize for that. I don't mean it in an offensive way towards people with disabilities. I usually use it in reference to people who are extremely willfully dumb and ignorant. I will try in the future not to say it ever again. I didn't say a different slur. Which one? Bigotry? Doesn't that just mean gay? Sorry, I thought it meant just like gay. Like as a joke. That I apologize for. I didn't realize. I'm not homophobic.
So barbecue chillin' put a comment here. Salah probably says it. I bet that's where she got it from. Do you think so?
Yeah, it's just like I personally have never heard anyone say that. So it must be like a Levantine Arabic thing because like when I heard that she said a slur for gay, I was thinking so many other words because like yeah, like people use slurs for gay people all the time. Like the point that I'm making or that I already made is like she doesn't speak Arabic, so for her to know these terms, because it's not like she's gonna hear it from like Salah's mom.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
she's either asking, like, hey, how do you say this in Arabic? Or she heard someone say it. She's gross either way.
Yeah, I don't know which one would be better.
And she's just like, I won't say the R word again. Like, and then what? The next day from this, she was repeatedly telling those security guards that they're R worded.
Literally, yeah.
Like after swearing she's gonna stop.
Mm-hmm.
Her prayers are like useless. Like
Yeah. And then also, actually, as a side note, since we're talking about, homophobia and stuff, I learned from a trans friend that using terms like small dick energy or big dick energy and stuff like that is transphobic. So
Oh.
that's
Hmm.
her being transphobic. I'm sure she had no idea, but she yelled at those security guards. Yeah, it's not that.
Yeah,
That shit was
that's right.
crazy. Anyway, yeah, I had posted something on Instagram and I said small dick energy, and my friend was like, "Fam, that's a slur." Because I guess it like implies that I guess like the worth in like how big or small a dick is or
Yeah,
something.
I can see that. Yeah.
Yeah, so we're all learning, we're all doing stuff. So yeah, I think she heard it from him too, but we'll see what she says.
Phobic at all. Like I'm not, but that word, if it's bad like that. Are you sure? I'm gonna look it up. A man who engages in same-sex sexual acts as between men. It is commonly used as a derogatory insult meaning gay. Oh, oops. By the way, I don't agree with that. I don't judge people like from an Islamic standpoint for being gay. I actually watch some queer, self-proclaimed queer Muslims. So if I knew that it was really bad,
Oh my god, is she watching us?
She's talking about it like tokenism. She's like,
Really?
yeah, I can say the N-word because I have black friends.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, yeah, I can call people Luti because I watch queer guys in Australia. Like, girl, what? Again, you're literally a white revert. Shut the fuck up.
Yep.
actually, you know where I heard that word from was from TikTok.
What? I doubt it. I mean, I haven't been on TikTok in like 2 years, so I don't know what it's like over there, but
I hear people use it, and I thought it was just like not like derogatory like that. No, Salah doesn't use that word. I follow a lot of Muslim TikTokers from Australia, and that's where I heard it from. And they use the word very casually, like I don't think this guy is into women. He's the L word, that word, and it wasn't in like a derogatory way, so I wasn't sure. But I'm really sorry if that's a really bad word. And actually, the R word, yeah, the R word I am impulsive with. Yep.
So again, her being like, I didn't know that I couldn't say that word. Like, if you don't speak Arabic and it's a fucking slur, maybe you should find out. Because also it's one thing to be a part of the community and to use that word to describe yourself, because that's like what is it, like you're empowering yourself by taking a slur back. You are not the person to be saying that.
mm-mm.
And I'm sorry, I don't think in any language is like someone saying the word gay, like it, like I interpret, like when someone says, "Oh, that's gay," I still interpret it negatively until I know otherwise, because I know how people talk.
Yeah. Yep.
So,
Yeah, and what I think is really interesting and definitely a pattern of hers is like she can't just apologize and move on. Like apologize authentically in a way that like addresses the potential harm and then just move
yeah,
on from it.
true.
It's
Uh-huh.
like it's like, "Oh my god, oops. Are you sure? Let me Google it." "Well, I don't know. I've only heard it on TikTok." And, just continuing to build this fucking mountain out of a molehill where she could have just said, "Okay, sorry. I'm like, bye, next topic."
No,
She has
yeah, she has to start with like the hypotheticals and making things up, and it's like you're just making it worse. Because also, and obviously I'm biased, but I truly believe that like Muslim gay men have some of the most difficult lives in
Mhm.
terms of like being accepted by their families and just how safe they feel. Because first of all, like Muslims tend to be very unified, like very family involved, like everybody fasts for Ramadan together, and you can totally be like gay and a practicing Muslim. But
Mhm.
then there's like so much shame, which is something I dealt with, because like when I was in Sunday school, like I felt like, oh my god, something is wrong with me. Like I hated myself, and I was so ashamed of myself, and I couldn't even bring myself to talk about my feelings with any of my friends, because I felt like I was the only one who was struggling with like my attraction to like other girls my age and just feeling so ashamed, like that level of shame and like the fear that I would lose not only my family but literally all of my friends and everyone at the masjid if I were to ever even suggest that I had like these feelings. It's very isolating.
Yeah. And the real shame should be being attracted to men.
Exactly. I say with a husband.
Yeah.
Exactly, teardrop. We need a soundboard and it's just Chantal going, exactly, teardrop.
Oh my god.
So good.
I've admitted that many times. If you don't like me and you want to leave me, go right ahead. I wasn't judging him on how he looked. I was joking around. You can't even make a joke.
She said that word about a guy on the train. Okay, so I guess that's where she said the L word? Huh.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice one, Chantal.
Like, the gaydar thing, like, all these women were lusting after him, and I was like, I don't think he swings that way. But I have to say,
I just had a thought. So you know how she definitely said, oh, I didn't mean it in a derogatory way. But if she said it about a guy on a train, she definitely said it in a slurring way because why wouldn't you say it in English if you didn't mean it in a bad way? Why would you say it in Arabic, assuming that nobody can understand you? Huh? Huh, Chantal? Answer.
Good question. Good
Answer
question.
me, ho.
You won't.
have to say something in defense of people, like certain people. Not everyone has to agree with homosexuality. Like, I know that's like controversial. Not everyone has to agree that, you know, has to like that idea or whatever. No one, people don't have to agree with it, but people have to respect people. Like,
24 hours
The
later.
most respectful woman on earth, right here.
if you don't believe in, you know, if you don't believe in trans movement, whatever, I don't know what to call it, but don't be transphobic.
Wow, so sensitive and informed. Don't talk about things you have no idea about. It's really not that hard. We don't come on here talking about evangelicalism.
I do. Speak for yourself.
You know, respect everyone.
God, every time I see that tattoo, ugh.
And just treat them like a human being, regardless of your beliefs. Keep them to yourself if it hurts people, you know? That's how I see it. That's just me.
It's funny when she says, like, if you don't agree with something. And I also like I feel like what's more important for me to say is I can relate to the sentiment because I used to feel that way about trans people. And that's why I wanted to make this video because again, I literally prefaced this video saying I grew up in a Muslim community as a queer woman who was closeted and ashamed of herself and brushed that part of me to the side and it just like never went away, like never went away. And even I was transphobic. And it was because, like, especially when I moved to the Middle East, I didn't interact with trans people. And at least not to my knowledge, which the point here is that the more exposed you are to people, like, you know how they talk about, oh, people get woke when they go to college, but it really is true because until you actually interact with different people and you know you're able to recognize that everyone's literally just a human trying to exist and all we ever want is just to feel comfortable with ourselves and the people around us. So when I like came back to the States and I actually like met trans people and like I had conversations about like people's pronouns and like learning why it's so important to like respect people's pronouns and it relating to me in the sense that like I want people to respect that I'm Kurdish as an ethnic minority and not like Arab, and that is like deeply important to me. So if I can understand that, why can't I understand people who are trans and they and what they want? Because like I'm not trans, I don't know what it's like to be trans, but I do know what it's like when someone doesn't respect my identity as a Kurd, and that's the best way that I can explain how it must feel to be trans. And so if if it was that simple for me to like recognize, hey, the way that you were thinking previously was kind of shitty and like, you know, now you know better and like I don't claim to know everything, right? Like how hard can it be for Chantal?
It's the easiest things are the hardest for her. It's wild. Because really, like, even the way she can't even pretend she cares about trans people. The way she even talks about it is like talking down to it, or
Yeah,
like,
she say trans movement or whatever.
yeah, I don't know what it's called, like just brushing it off. And it's like, maybe actually respect it in a basic level first, or just don't talk about it. Really, it's really hard.
Yeah,
She just can't help herself.
I mean, it's just like fascinating in the worst way possible, because it's not that hard to, if you're gonna sit here and be like, I'm a Muslim and yeah, I'm not perfect, but I'm trying every day. Like, why wouldn't you try to be respectful? Like, you're just not.
Yeah, she gives herself way too much grace. Like, come on.
Yes, exactly. Respect is a must, but you can't force people to feel a certain way. You know, everyone has different views. It doesn't make them bad people. What makes them bad people is if they disrespect people on a human level, violate people's rights, human rights. But for me, maybe at one point that's how you interpreted how I felt when I first.
Unless you commit a war crime against me, it's okay that you don't like me.
Literally, what?
Came to Islam, but now watching a lot of gay Muslims on TikTok, I feel like, yeah, it used to, Tracy, I remember that. I feel like all of people are God's people. And there's millions and millions of gay people. And I don't believe that God would make them that way if they was just going to send them to hell for being how they are. I think it's a lot more complicated than that. And I think it's wrong to just dismiss people for that reason and how they're born and how they are. You are haram to say that one of Allah's creations, a gay person, is not Muslim. I don't even know why you're here, Swag Daddy, if you're like anti-Islam. That's what I'm about now. So don't come here and shit talk my religion. As an atheist, you can get lost. And maybe you need to find God, because maybe that would help you overcome your addiction. Just saying. No, it's not fucked.
I keep pausing. I'm sorry. It's just so funny because like she's so close to understanding why we're making this video and like laughing at her, because she's literally slurring people, and then she's saying, well, but you should respect everybody because like Allah loves all of his creations, and like why would he make someone gay and then like say that being gay is haram and that you go to hell forever if you're gay. Like, I agree. I feel the same way. Like, and probably obviously I have some kind of bias, right? Because I can't imagine God made me to go to hell. Like, yes, I'm married to a man, but it doesn't make me any less queer.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm sure like you feel similarly, or like, I don't know how you are like with your sexuality. I feel like we haven't really had this conversation.
I consider myself bi-curious. I definitely
So
consider
then,
myself
yeah.
queer because I don't like adhere to heteronormativity mostly, or at least I don't want to.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I am cis, I guess.
Oh yeah, we're both cis.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, so like you still have like some understanding, and like for anyone who doesn't know this, like I was born and raised and like educated Islamically. Like, I went to school, and like Snarky One also has like a Muslim parent, but just wasn't really educated or exposed. And I guess now you're kind of like Islamically curious too.
Yes.
So then, like, it's like a big thing and a big topic. Even I think for Christians, like, and like
Yeah.
church and stuff, is like finding a church that accepts you for who you are, because there are two different, I mean, it's all about interpretation. That's why I brought up the philosopher, because at the end of the day, it's up to your interpretation. If you are a mean-spirited, bigoted person and you operate in the world with a hateful lens, then you are going to take the idea that homosexuality and like being trans is wrong, and you're going to apply that to everyone and say, well, you're going to go to hell, you're going to go to hell, or it's okay for me to slur you because God doesn't like you and stuff. But then there's the other side where people are like, well, but my God like loves all of his creations and is like forgiving and stuff. And this isn't like a religious sermon, but like the point is that you can absolutely, at least in my opinion, be religious and also queer, or at least queer accepting.
Yeah, for sure. On that topic, I totally did not plan to talk about this, but it's directly correlated to the experience I had like 2 hours ago. I had a meeting at a Methodist church in town where I live, because I do community work, and I met them, and they're part of a reconciling ministries network, and there are, I guess, Christian like denominations and churches that join a reconciling ministry network, which is basically they are committed to being very, very inclusionary of all sexual orientations and genders. And
Mhm.
they work to like intentionally undo the harm that the church has done to LGBTQ plus people. And so this church that I visited, they're a Methodist church, and they said that when they transitioned and like changed over to a reconciling ministry network, that they lost 80% of their congregation. This was, I think, like in 2000 or something. It was a long time ago. But yeah, even in Christianity, like there's
I mean, primarily in Christianity, if we're being fucking honest,
right.
because
Yeah.
this is America, and it's like we're supposedly like a Christian nation, and like we're out here just not being Christian.
Mm-mm.
Because the Christians that I know and love, and the teachings that I know of, because for anyone that doesn't know this, Jesus is the most loved prophet in Islam. He's referred to as Habib Allah, like God's Habibi, like his sweetie. And like the Jesus that I know about is not happy with any of these people in the government
Mm-mm.
with their Christian, supposed quote unquote Christian ideals.
Mm-hmm.
So, like Islam and Christianity are, I mean, they like Islam comes after the Bible. So again, just like going back to what I said earlier, like I'm not trying to change anyone's mind. I'm just trying to expose you guys to the reality that these religions are very similar.
Mm-hmm.
And like Chantal is trying to hide her bigotry with Islamic interpretation, but her interpretation is bullshit and it's wrong. And nobody
Yeah.
knows any better. I mean, her whole chat calls people like dirty Muslims.
Yep. Yeah. She did not like, I will never forget that she didn't even like acknowledge how Islamophobic she and her chat were being that night when she was in
Mhm.
Syria.
Yep,
But like, it's just, she probably blacks out and doesn't remember anything. I don't know,
of
because
course, yeah.
how can you go on being this person? Um, Yeah, but I'm glad you intertwined all of this with, like, the government because it might seem like, "Oh, politics isn't everything, like, why are you making it all political?" Everything is political. Politicians and the billionaires and baby
We
lovers,
live under a government.
literally, the government
Everything
is
is
a
political.
business,
Yes.
and they obviously control media, and that, I mean, is obviously down to TikTok, which is where supposedly Chantal heard the L word.
It's fucked to praise God, to turn to you with your problems? I don't think so. It's fucked to talk bad on Islam, actually. To a Muslim. Thank you. Yeah, it does. I believe that addiction comes from the soul. And yes, I still have a lot of prayer and soul searching to do. So, that's my belief. You're allowed to come in here with your shitty beliefs and attack my religion and claim the absence of God is the way to go. I'm telling you that you need to turn to God. Okay? Try turning to God.
Yo, if I were in her chat and like I can't imagine anybody looks at her and says, "Wow, I want to be more like this person." Why would I go to her for like any sort of religious advice or insight or input at all?
Modest Miriam.
Whew.
And maybe it will help you. So what? I'm a food addict. God will help me out of it. Yeah, he does. Bye, Scooter. God has helped me in ways you can't even imagine, and I'm not going to sit here explaining to people who are atheists and don't care. I don't want these kind of people like Swag Daddy, fucking Soda, any of you weirdos who are here from the Villa days that just cause shit and drama in my life and talk down on Islam and make fun of it. And what the hell is that? The Adhan sounds like the devil. Like, fuck you. You are disrespecting my religion. And if you are here disrespecting my religion because of that, like, you need to find God, okay? See you. No, the person who doesn't believe in God and attacks my religion is an awful human being. Like, to be quite frank, I don't want to fucking hear it. I don't give a shit if you're Christian. I don't care if you're atheist. Take your, like, godless life elsewhere. Don't spread that shit.
Wait,
What is she
What?
talking about? Godless girl. The
What?
call is coming from inside the house.
Oof.
Here.
Not
I didn't say
outside.
gays are godless, did I? Where did I say that? I'm talking about swag. Coming in here, attacking the religion, trying to like cherry pick and find things that support her little idea, which I'm like, there's nowhere in the Quran that says that. They pick and pick and pick and pick. It's exhausting. She's fucking in her 20s. She's immature as fuck. Get a life. Go find God. Do some growth and don't ever come near me. See you. Just get.
Here's the thing, Chantal. They're actually not near you at all. They're on a screen, and you could completely ignore them. But
You
you
can
choose
also
not to.
block them if they're actually being homophobic. I mean, Islamophobic.
Mm-hmm.
Out of here.
But
The
she
moral of the
won't.
story. I will make any
Well, I don't know if she has mods anymore. I don't know if Kick does mods or
I mean,
what's
but
going
she
on.
still has the power to block.
Oh
you
yeah, she
know?
could.
jokes I want to. Okay. If you're offended, then fuck off. That's plain and simple. I don't care if you don't agree with me. I'm allowed to make jokes about whoever I want to. If you're offended, oh well. Go cry about it.
God, I don't. There's no logic behind anything she says. Now she's like defending her right to use slurs.
She's, you know what it is too? Like her calling people godless is so funny because we have so much video evidence of her like smoking out of crack pipes and going to like outhouses after getting like beaten up by an Egyptian crackhead. Like, you want to talk about godless, girl? Like, in case it is not clear, like for our viewers, like, and I think you feel the same. Like, I'm more Muslim than you, I guess. Like, I practice more, but like I have no ill will towards anybody. Like, you want to believe or not believe, that's on you. Like, I keep to myself. Like, I'm not here to preach to you like, oh my God, Allah is watching you. Like, you will never hear me say something like that. Listening to her calling people godless, like, what the, like, if you consider yourself a Muslim, whether someone believes in Islam or not, like, Islam teaches you that, like, everyone's God's creature. So, how are you calling someone an atheist, like, godless? Because do you know what I'm saying? Like, if you're a Muslim, like, you think everyone is protected by God, whether or not they believe in God themselves.
Yeah, well, she doesn't actually. To her, it's not if they believe in God. If it's like if they are like nice to her and they place
Yeah,
her.
I know. That's why it's so disgusting. Like,
Yeah.
what, girl?
She does this all under the
So
fucking
nasty.
guise and like really bad act of being godly.
This
Just
is
come
why,
on.
like, I get so annoyed because, like, she's doing this as if this is a thing all Muslims do, you know?
Mhm.
Like, every Muslim is gonna think like her and be like, oh, people are godless, like, because they're atheists. Like, no, dog. And I know, like, people don't look at her as like some kind of like spokesperson for Islam, you know, but like her chat is already primed to hate Muslims. So then they hear shit like this and they're like, okay, yeah, they must all be like that.
Yep, for sure.
Don't come here. You know what I'm like now. You know I'm trying to, stay on the deen, and people know this, and they purposely try to derail it. And my bad is fine.
She said, I watched Zach's video, and Zach was like, she said, stay on the what? On the D? So she said, Deen. Deen means religion, and in this context, it means Islam. Not stay on the D. Exactly. Exactly, teardrop.
For it, sure. But don't come in here and act brand new and act like you're a victim and oh no, I'm gay, Islam is anti-gay. Don't spew that bullshit. Exactly. I've always been on Pete's side. And even if I didn't agree with it, even if I didn't, it's not your business. I treat people equal. I'm allowed to my beliefs. Okay? Personally, I'm just gonna say it, and I might lose a lot of people for that, but I don't think that having sex change surgery makes you biologically a woman. I'm just gonna fucking say it. I don't believe that. I don't think that you can become a woman with surgery. Plain and simple. Am I transphobic? No. I believe in rights for everyone. That's your business, how you want to live. There you go. What comes? I have to agree with people? I have to agree? Why?
Bro, see, this is what I'm saying. She could have said sorry, kept it moving. This is just, I mean, I think we've talked about this plenty of times, but this is totally just like a psycho left in like a padded room by herself who just keeps digging a hole and like confessing to shit nobody fucking
It's
asked her.
Shutter Island.
I've never seen that one. Wait, I think I might have. Anyway, how was it Shutter Island? It's just her.
She's just being psychotic and delusional.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Do I have to agree just because you say something? I don't agree with you. Okay? I'm sorry. I don't think that children or people at a certain age should be, you know, like, I'm sorry. I just don't believe it. I'm not anti-gay.
Oh my god.
I'm pro-human choice, like, whatever, you know?
Okay,
I'm tired of...
I don't know if you clipped the part out, because obviously I watched Zach's video, but there was a part where she's like, she was talking about the science of being a woman, and at the, like, I was washing dishes, and at the same time me and Zach were both like, what do you know about science? Like, you want to sit here and tell me, like, you know, this makes a woman. You want to know, you want to do a really great thought activity right now. Describe what womanhood is. Like what makes a woman? Yeah, just keep that banner on for the rest of the video. Like, I had to do, I think I don't remember who I did this with. It might have been like some protest I went to. I don't remember, but people were like, what makes a woman, or what makes a man a man? And you know, people are doing basic genitalia stuff and stuff like that, but it's like, actually, like, that doesn't work either, because like you could be like a trans male who has a uterus and has menstruation, but you are a man, you know. And Chantal's here like, scientifically, like, ma'am.
Well, she's missing the basic fucking difference between sex and gender being a construct, and the fact that transgender people are not always like wanting to, like, the gender and sex and who you want to fuck and what your genitalia is, none of that really correlates. Like, well, sometimes it does, but
also, like, not to be that person, but if Chantal says, like, you know, men don't know what it's like to menstruate, well, neither does Chantal anymore, because she had a hysterectomy. So by her own definition, she's not a woman. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, how it falls apart at the first response.
Yep. But then if you call her out on that, she'll say that you're like ableist or something because of the surgery.
Yeah, exactly. So I was like, you know, I hate to be this person, because like I really feel for women who've had hysterectomies. Like,
of course,
God, you know, it's like,
you're just saying unless
it was elective, then yeah. But I think, like, for a lot of women, like, it's a very difficult decision to make, and like, I feel for that. But the thing is, like, her being like, scientifically they're not women, like, well, you also don't menstruate, ma'am, and you're still premenopausal, like, otherwise, you know, if you didn't have the hysterectomy, you'd be premenopausal. So like, what are we saying here? Okay,
right?
Like, ridiculous.
I think we're just using the standards that she uses, which don't have any foundation in logic.
Yeah, she's feckless. Yep.
Like, worrying about who I'm going to offend, but then somebody like Swag can come in here and purposely try to offend me all day long? No, sorry. And if my beliefs don't align with yours anymore, you can remove yourself 100%. I don't mind. Like, I know I'll lose people. I know I'll lose people who have that same mindset, and I'm totally fine with it, because that's not my problem. Why should I believe, like, what? Like, how am I going to make everyone happy? Sorry, but people are born male or female for a reason, like, sexual wise. People are born intersex.
Oh my god.
Here we go. Professor Chantel Marie El-Rafai.
And it is true in progressive Islam that, you know, certain things are
progressive Islam. Never heard that term.
Me neither.
Liberal Muslims
are accepted now, but so just because people don't agree with you, listen, phobia, no. This has nothing to do with Salah. I'm a very willful, intellectual person myself. So just
the way she's able to have such quick fights with people back and forth in a chat is weird. Like,
it's truly a sight to behold.
Yeah, like, what? Did you want to say something?
Nah, just let her cook.
You see how they are? No wonder people come for your community, seriously, because you people, honestly, like, people like this that come in here and try to shame people for trying to, like, thinking a certain way. I think it's fucked that people who like are not born with a womb try to have one or try to get a period.
Yo, who here is having womb surgery to get wombs put into them? What?
Actually, so funny you mentioned that, because today I read an article about the first womb transplant from a deceased donor that was successful, and the person was able to give birth to a healthy baby.
Wow.
I know, right? Science is crazy. Not Chantal science, like actual science.
Yeah. In Chantal's world, that was not God's plan.
Exactly.
Or somebody looking like a friggin' burly man going into a bathroom where there's little children, female children. I find that fucked up.
Oh my god.
My god, bro.
Oh my god, bro. It's actually sickening how people fall so quickly for the fucking transphobia shit. There's so much more to fucking talk about in this world right now, and we're talking about trans people going to the
Yep, which
bathroom,
make up
girl.
less than 1% of our country. And I feel like I've never had an original thought, because literally when I was watching Zach's video, I was just like, holy fuck, I'm just gonna end up reiterating everything that, he said. But it's like Chantal wants to talk about like how scary it is that men are going into women's bathrooms. So what you're afraid of is not trans people, it's men. You're afraid of creepy fucking men, because we live in a world where, and I would love to talk about this right now, when is the first time you remember being sexualized?
I actually have very little childhood memories, but definitely like with like clothes, and like model and like turn around and like
Yes.
I don't know, like things like that, like weird things to like make children do
Yes.
that like back then were no big deal, but now it's like, yeah, I don't know, I didn't really
Yeah.
need to do any of that.
Yep. When was it? Earliest you can remember.
Yeah, like 6 probably.
So every woman that I've asked this question has given me a number that's under 18. And
Mhm.
I'm sure that I was sexualized before this memory, but one of the most um memorable moments of me being sexualized, I was in the grocery store with my parents, and I was probably 12, so I like just started maybe developing like curves and boobs, like because I menstruated like what, maybe 2 or a year before that. And I remember an old man looking at me and touching himself in the grocery store, and my parents were both there, and I was so scared, and I didn't tell anyone because I didn't want my dad or my mom to get mad at me or like kill this man like in the store, which he should have been killed, I think, because he was definitely a predator. But as a kid, like, you don't realize that. And I asked that question because Chantal is trying to say that like trans people are dangerous and that we shouldn't let them into like our bathrooms. But what she's really afraid of, and it's a legitimate fear, unfortunately, is men. Because we have all heard about the e-files, and all those people are older, geriatric fucking men who run our country. They also create the technology that we all use. They are the ones who are creating all the devices that we use. And they are just running amok, uh, 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 molesting and eating children. Okay, so that fear is legitimate, but you're pointing it at the wrong population, and that is on purpose. That is manufactured, and you are seeing in real time a person who has been propagandized,
Mm-hmm.
who has no critical thinking. I mean, no critical thinking whatsoever, because like I remember like in our early 20s, like going to the club, you do the buddy system, but guys don't do that.
Why would they?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because of men. Not because of trans people, because of men.
Yep.
She's so annoying. I can't believe there's still like more of that video left, or is it done?
I know.
You can hate me all you want.
It's not done.
You're not going to change my mind. But I don't believe that trans people should be targeted and hated. I don't fully understand it, to be
You know why they're targeted and hated? Because of the shit that you're saying, idiot.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Everything you're saying is going to embolden someone to continue to say that dumb shit that you're saying. That is
Zero
based in,
critical thinking.
like, insane.
honest. I don't.
The flip-flopping is really wild in
I
this
mean,
one.
also the other thing is like people like, because I think it's happened in other videos. People are like, oh, you shouldn't take this seriously. But literally, Chantal is the average person who spends zero
Truly.
time watching the news, 0 minutes educating themselves. Chantal is a mirror of the fucking world. Like actually, like she's insane in like the amount that she eats and like how she's like bouncing from one Middle Eastern country to the other. But Chantal, like in essence, is the average white privileged woman.
But it feels like her propagandized brain is a few years behind because the trans bathroom shit is so what, like 5 fucking years ago?
Dude,
Like,
MAGA
why
still
not?
talks about it. What are you saying? That's
I
the
mean, I
only thing
know.
Trump talks about. They're taking our bathrooms.
He
I
still
hope you.
talks about the bathrooms.
Yes, they all do. They all do. This like I don't know what the obsession with genitalia is, but that's all they talk about.
Yeah, okay. Remember the other day when I was telling you about someone that we both know that put up a Facebook post that was really transphobic?
Yes.
Okay. I spoke to him about it on the phone and I told him why he should probably take that down. And whatever, the conversation devolved and we were kind of talking about a friend of mine that I was telling him is trans. That's all I said. My trans friend Jude, or my friend Jude, trans, whatever. He asked the first thing he asked me, does he have a penis?
Obsession with genitalia. It is so weird.
It's so fucking
It
weird.
is so weird. Like you're outing yourself as a pervert.
Literally. I'm like, what?
I
Why is
don't
this the first
vote in
question?
relation to people's genitals and their locations. Okay.
Literally, absolutely depraved bullshit.
Yep. Degeneracy.
Mhm.
It's
understand
also
the
funny 'cause
mentality.
oh, sorry. Because
Um,
she's like lived in other countries. You think that she's supposed to be more like well-rounded. I mean, she's round. She's round, but she's
well,
not well-rounded.
listen, a bitch, a bitch can have her passport stamped, but that doesn't mean she's living. Okay,
True, 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 true.
she didn't fucking live in
Yeah,
any of
yeah.
those places. She was in hiding, basically. She was like
She
a shut in
kidnapped
vote.
herself.
Yeah, basically.
And no, I'm going to talk about what I want, Tigger. If I offend you, that's fine. I don't mind offending people anymore
Oh my god, stop talking shit about Tigger.
because I'm sorry, but like that's my truth. I'm not being disrespectful to anyone. I'm totally.
Her truth is that she doesn't believe. Good lord. Jesus Christ.
I totally
Of all the things to stand on.
respect, but I don't know. I don't understand the whole gender thing, the nuances. Like some people, it's not black and white.
Oh my god. Please.
It's not black and white. Exactly. See,
It's
it just takes a little bit of your time.
but how could she say that and still like you would think that the thought would stop at like, I don't know all the nuances. I don't know. And then she would say, I'm gonna then not talk about it and like not call
Yeah,
science into
no,
the
no, no.
room.
Nope.
But
Which is, I mean, the same thing she did with the freaking mall cops. This is public property. Hey guys, can you Google if this is private property? Like,
And then she's like, whatever, I don't care.
people are born intersex, both. That I can understand having an identity crisis with. And, trans people claim they were born that way. They've always felt conflicted, whatever. And who am I to tell them they're not, But
You just did.
biologically, gender-wise, sure, you can identify as a female, gender-wise, whatever. We all know that you can identify whatever.
Hey, fuck. It's called transgender.
If, because there might be a psychological issue that needs correcting. But,
What? Oh.
like correcting as in, it's tormenting them. They don't feel like they're male. They want to become female. So, okay. But biologically, like,
All right, she saved herself on that one, but I don't know.
from an actual science perspective, like having that surgery will not like make you, you know what I'm saying? They should have separate bathrooms. If they want to go that route, have separate bathrooms for trans people. I don't know. I don't think that anyone should be persecuted or treated less.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, she stands for nothing, dude. Nothing. It's actually kind of like amazing to see. Like
It really is. It's like,
mashallah, only Allah could make something this ignorant. Mashallah.
he's got to practice, you know?
Of a human just because of that. That would make me transphobic. I didn't judge Roxy.
Oh, so she is the one that decides what is transphobic and what isn't.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Oh, look at that. She looks like a frog in this. Let me get that.
Thank God
Okay,
she's not wearing the
got
fucking
it.
khaki colored hijab.
Got it.
Where did I judge? Tell me where I judged. Where did I judge them? Because I had an opinion? Because I stated a scientific fucking fact that having a surgery will not give you XX chromosomes? If it weren't for God, I'd probably be seriously dead somewhere. I still struggle.
Chromosomes.
I'm on a better path.
Did you
because
catch
of God.
that?
Yep. Just like hypocritical.
Chromosomes.
Thank you, Cleopatra. I'm tired of people making me feel bad for my opinions or something I say as a joke or what they take everything I say literally. You know what? Clip all you want. I don't care. And if I go in public from now on and people tell me politely to stop filming, I will do that. And you know what?
Oh, this was, I think, before she got...
Yeah. This was before security came out and she was calling them artards.
Oh my God.
Those people judging me for like the haram police, first of all, have no right because they're being anti-Muslim by doing that. And who are you? You sit there talking shit about people all day with your cigarette in one hand. You can tell you're a miserable person. Don't come in here.
Come on,
I only
girl.
see one miserable person.
Jeez.
And judge me. Because I'll tell you something. Who the hell are you? Didn't you say that you're Christian before? And you were part of the lolcow universe talking bad shit on people all day long?
Girl, you are the lol cow.
Excuse me? You have the most vile mouth on the LCU besides Tina. And you have a right to come in here and clock me on my behavior based on when I'm pushed to a limit with people sometimes and I rage out? You fat shame people all the time when you're a former fatty? Hypocrite. Get out of here. So because that's the thing. We're transphobic now, Beezers, because we don't agree with certain things about the trans movement or we see things differently. Whenever we encourage people to attack people on their beliefs and choices, then you can come in and say that. I've never spoken on it. But now?
I feel like she's told people to retaliate to like reaction channels, which is her doing what she's saying she never does.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna say what I feel, and it's not meant to hurt anyone. So
that works out for you.
So that's true. A biological man is not getting pregnant or periods. And there are some trans people who are very like extremists with that, you know? Why should
Oh my God,
extremist? What does that mean?
I'm sorry. With the she's saying there are a lot of. That is an insane thing to say. You don't know. She probably knows not one trans person in real life.
Are very like extremists with that, you know? Why should I zip it just in fear of what they're gonna like of cancellation? Especially in today's culture. Like cancel culture? If I zip my mouth over every little opinion,
Girl, the only cancel culture you should be worried about is your body canceling you in your life. Fuck, like she's getting worked up. This is almost 10 minutes of her going from, oh my God, I'm sorry, I made that joke, I didn't mean to
now we're transphobic because we can agree with everything.
I would be doing myself a disservice at some point. You know what I mean? Like I understand, like yes, it's ammunition for haters, okay? But everything is. If they're not vilifying me over something I say that's important, it's going to be how I open a can of soup. So, you know, I'd rather have a voice that I can, you know. Oh, I love the no uterus shaming.
Oh. Did
She heard
just
me.
talk? Yeah. No, she was talking shit to herself?
I mean, this is the thing. She literally just said, like, men can't have periods. Neither can Chantal. Neither can women who've hit menopause.
Mm-hmm. That means they stop being women, honey.
Exactly. That, like, and that's so, like, she can't see the flaw in her own argument because that's how fucking moronic she is. MashaAllah, Sister Minnie. MashaAllah, so stupid.
I was born with one, moron. People like this should not be allowed to speak. Actually, even losers like this, I will fight them the right to say what they have to say. I was born with XX. Is it XX for females?
Oh my God.
Again, Miss Science. Also, yes, XX is
I was
female.
born with a womb. I was born with a vagina.
But Chantal, you don't have one right now, right? And I didn't know you when you were born, so to me, I don't know. Are you a woman?
Exactly.
I was born with XX chromosomes. No, Yala, you can get out of
Let's get in the chromosome.
here with your hateful bullshit as well. The social justice warrior people are so hateful, and they say that Islam is a religion of hate. Look at you and your like atheist religion being so disgusting. You need God in your life, I'm telling you.
Religion, girl, bye. Not the atheist religion.
If I was trans, I would totally accept that there's people who are not going to agree with me. You know, I accept that people are not going to agree with Islam, but don't come into my chat as a Muslim and talk shit about my religion, God, and my prophet. Thank you. I'm sure I would not go into a trans person. I'm not even talking shit about trans people. That's the thing. How
Oh my god.
is just saying a scientific fact? How are they trying, like people trying to change science?
Here's a scientific fact, Chantal. You're a fucking idiot.
I love
And
the science lesson.
Jesus Christ.
God, like it's so mind-bending to me. And then say that that's transphobia. It's not. A phobia is having a fear of something.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, this is the typical like hick in fucking nowhere, Kansas. That's like, I'm not afraid of no homosexual.
But you know, if they touch me, that's another thing. Don't
I
go
might be
touching.
afraid of what I'm gonna do because my reflex is to suck some dick. But I can't do that because my fucking wife Barbara's still around.
What if they look at me and I get a boner? What do I do?
It's transphobic to say trans women aren't women. I don't know, like maybe it's transphobic to tell
Not even, she doesn't even take a second to stop her fucking mouth from moving to think, maybe I should just think on this for a second or take a back seat and just pause. No. Nope.
a trans person like, hey, you're not a woman. Like I wouldn't do that. Like I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, because you don't talk to humans. You just say shit at your chat or whatever in a room by yourself.
I wouldn't disrespect someone like on that level, but you know,
A day later with the mall cops.
you have a right to think what you want. You have a right to believe that. You know, it doesn't like having that thought doesn't really make you a bad person or disrespectful. The fastest way to lose viewers, the fastest way to lose yourself is not being true to yourself and your beliefs. You'll find your right tribe. There's 8 billion people in the world. There's going to be millions that agree with what you have to say. You just have to find your tribe.
You know what's crazy? No one agrees with what she says.
Just
That's
her
wild.
beezers.
Yeah. Wow.
And most of my viewers I have who are like loyal and follow me, a lot of them have dropped off. I've lost many people because of things I've said, because of how I've changed. I'm Muslim now. A lot of people find that boring.
You don't say.
And
Jesus Christ. Absolutely. No self-awareness.
How much of this bullshit is left?
Like 2 minutes, but I mean, we could
Okay.
stop it. I don't know. What else is she gonna say? I guess we could skip a little bit.
I'm sorry, but I can't make everyone see this person's a bad person. They said, what's the difference? Only weirdos like you? Bullshit, someone reported it. That's one of my biggest flaws, character flaws, is impulsive and quick to anger. You know? I forgot the fan. It like flashes lights.
Oh, this is the part right after the fire alarm. So this is like her being all like out of breath because she was getting up and running around or whatever.
And everything. I filmed children. Oh no, the children. Bullshit, someone reported it. When I'm in public, there's gonna be children filmed. It's gonna happen. They pass by. They're a part of life. Only weirdos
so
like
weird.
you think of it in a bad way. Miss Rachel films children. What's the difference?
Oh my god, bitch. Shut the fuck. Oh my god.
Did
Okay, this
she
is a great
really-
place to end it.
Did she really
had
just
enough.
ask what's the difference between her and Miss Rachel? Wow, we should make a game
Yeah.
out of that.
Uh-huh.
Yep. Thanks for the next game.
Yeah.
Good God. What a piece of goddamn work.
Okay. Well, final thoughts? We
Oh
had a
my
lot of
God.
thoughts.
So many thoughts and so many prayers.
For real.
Whatever God you want, just prayers, please. No, my final thoughts are fuck Chantel. She's a piece of shit and she just gets worse. And the fact that she even for a second thinks that she's getting better and improving, she needs emergency care right now in every possible way. That's all I can say.
I can't wait for Sunday because apparently she like apologized to the guards, quote unquote.
Oh god.
I don't believe her, but that's supposedly.
I mean, we saw a stream where she said she's like left a message for them or something on the website. Like she
No,
did
apparently she went to the mall and spoke to them.
Oh shit, no way.
Por supuesto. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Well, thanks everybody. Hope that you enjoyed this react. Wow. Crazy that our reactions are still like an hour long. Although there was a presentation at the beginning.
I mean, also I had a lot to say, bro, and I'm glad that I got it out because I feel better now. I just think Chantal is like to me she's just like a lot of other people I've dealt with when it comes to her ignorance. So hopefully somebody learned something. If you made it this far, put some bunny emojis in the comments down below. Otherwise, I'm going to feel like we just shouted into the void.
I'm sure we'll have our loyal followers.
Also
what?
No, I said hope so.
Oh, hope so. Yes, I'm sure.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks everybody. See you on Sunday.
Bye.
Done. We're cut. Finito. Do I have to cut a cord? What don't you get? Whoa. Don't make me laugh. I'll choke. I've got to read. Actually, you know what? Kiwi Farms might be right. I might die on stream.
You actually thought it couldn't be more revolting? That's your fault.
I'm gonna outlive all you bitches. Bye. Enjoy it. No one gives a shit. You see that? Kiss it, bitch.
Get the fuck out of here, you loser.